This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Biker Justice USA and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story.
Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky. Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee. Gulf Coast of Mississippi, the Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself.
But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad.
Turned it over to Cottonmouth Cycles blindly and said, do what you all want to do with it. So they customized it. Biker Dad hadn't really even seen the final outcome. So we're all going to see the final product of what they did.
We came up with a plan, but you're not going to see it till it's done. It's going to be one big surprise.
Hi, we're on the road in Pensacola, Florida at Cottonmouth Customs Motorcycles. You guys may remember a few months back, I picked up this 2009 Electra Glide for a song. It's a 13-year-old motorcycle. It only had 18,000 miles on it. Do the math. Somebody's riding this about 750 miles a year.
That's sad.
That is sad.
That is sad.
I immediately took it on a 2,000-mile trip to Tampa and back, and just to put it through the test to see if it was a piece of junk, if I got my money's worth, which it would have had to be a real piece of junk because I paid almost nothing for it. But Trevin is here with Cottonmouth Customs Motorcycles, and we're going to take this beat up old bagger and try to make something really cool out of it. I say try, these guys can do all kinds of stuff, so there is no try, only do. The wise words of Yoda. So Trevin, what are your thoughts so far on, we call this bike, my first bike is a Dyna, it's ELVIS. Second one is a Cholo called ELVIS. And this one, of course, is Fat Elvis. So what do you think about Fat Elvis so far?
Now, Fat Elvis right now is an ugly Betty. So we're going to fix that somehow. I'm going to leave that up to the boys in the back when we take it back there. We're going to run her through the paint shop. We're going to run her through the mechanics bays and see what we can do to give him a whole new personality. I'm just impressed with the custom paint job on this. I don't know how we're going to do better, but we'll have to think of something.
Believe it or not, I did this custom paint job in the parking lot of a Walmart in Binghamton, New York. So.
Pretty much all phases of paint customization. The saddlebag lid, I'd probably just replace that saddlebag because with the gouges around that lid, it's going to be too much to smooth that out and repaint it. So we're probably going to replace the saddlebags, maybe put a set of drop bags on it. I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to the boys in the back. They're the experts with all this stuff. But what my vision would be drop saddlebags, custom paint job, powder coat the rims, get some better looking exhaust on it, some better sounding exhaust on it.
Rusted, falling off.
Not rusted and falling apart, yes. Basically, give Fat Elvis a makeover.
So if you go into, we'll take you end to end from the shop back there, but on one end of the shop is a paint shop, so they can do any kind of paint that you can think of. Next to that, they got a hydro dipping booth where they can hydro dip graphics right onto it. They've got how many lifts back there?
8 lifts, 4 bays, 8 lifts.
Lifts, so they can do everything mechanically. And also the other cool thing, and we might see if there's something to salvage back there, is they have this huge area of used parts. So there might be some used parts that can go back there, and there surely will be some parts off of this bike that end up back there if you're interested. Need some 2009 Electra Glide parts.
want to say a couple things real quick. First off, thanks Cottonmouth and Trevin and John and Jailbird. You guys may not know the story about how we kind of came together, but a couple years ago when I decided to quit my job and do this for a living, I wandered into Cottonmouth Customs when it was down the road, and I'd never met Trevin before, and we had a conversation, and he immediately set up a meeting with John, and these guys, along with Chris Klotz here, were two of the first to jump on and say, yeah, we're going to help you do that. So first of all, they support me and help me do this for a living. This is actually my job now, and all of you guys in this room and all the other bikers around here are a big reason I'm able to do that. So thank you guys too, and I also want to just let these guys know that means everything to me. This supports my family. This is how I do it, and these guys have been there since the beginning, even though they know me from Jack, so that's awesome. And so I was talking to Chris about it, and if those of you who don't know Chris Klotz, if you ever need any legal help of any kind, he's the guy to go to. But I told him I wanted to do something to pay for it and do something small token to help the Legion rebuild. And thanks to Chris, we got together and we're going to donate $1,000 to the American Legion. I'm pretty sure I'm still getting a really good deal on it. Thank you. I spray painted the bag in the parking lot of Walmart in Binghamton, New York.
That's
so it looked
custom,
terrible.
man, custom.
Custom. It's going to go on the wall of shame here, I think. But Trevin was like, you know, you're kind of representing us. We're not going to let you ride that trash around and let people think that's what Biker Dad's about.
Fat Elvis was ugly.
Yes.
I don't know a better way to put it.
So low mileage, good bones, but ugly, and no, it's not.
Fat Elvis is still fat.
Somehow that's not what I expected.
That was just like 15 days ago.
So, now that all the dumb foolery is over,
I got this section.
this is it.
Full Rockford Fosgate stereo system installed.
So we did all the CNC cut, grills, floorboards,
There you go.
brake pedals.
I'm going to miss my boat stereo that was on. Yeah, so tell me about the floorboards and the controls.
They're all CNC cut. That man out there picked them out.
The only thing I knew is that about the bike was that it was going to have 14-inch handlebars on it, because Trevin asked me that, because he's heard me complain about my torn shoulders and want to ride like this, so I really appreciate that. I love the honeycomb in the bags and the fenders.
We also pinstriped the front wheel blue and silver tied in.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's a big spoke wheel.
That's a 21 fast spoke.
My wheels actually did look like that. And this is the bag, if you guys want to see it, that I spray painted in New York.
And for when you want Fat Elvis to look really, really fat, he did your tour pack to match it as well.
Oh, awesome. That's fantastic.
I didn't put all the grandpa stuff on it because I didn't want it to run with the bike.
I appreciate that.
Let's make sure those saddlebag bolts are extra tight.
Lock tight, man.
And it's got Cottonmouth logo on the.
She got a tramp stamp.
So this was all extended bags,
Yep.
extended fender,
And the bags and the fenders.
oil cover looks matched. That's awesome.
The only thing that is stock and it's left originally is the bearing tank inside the
Let me just say real quick, on the behalf of the American Legion Riders and Post 199 from Fairhope, Alabama, we thank you all for the donation from Cottonmouth Cycles. It's awesome. We need every penny. I think the cost is up to about $5 million, I heard last night, to get this building. It's a 100 and, I think you said 15, but it's more like 10, but close enough. Old building that needs to be restored. So every penny counts, and it's going to help us toward that goal. It's going to take us a little while, but thank you, Cottonmouth Cycles. Thank you, Biker Dad. Chris Clark, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, the next thing we got to do is just see it in the sunlight and see it going down the road.
Cottonmouth Customs Motorcycles in Pensacola, Florida is your one-stop shop for customizing your bike from one end to the other. That's why I brought my Beetle bagger Fat Elvis here to get them to give him a new life. That's part of what's going on the Biker Dad TV show, but you can come on down here right now for service, getting your bike customized. Check out their massive collection, apparel, even a big used parts section in the back. And every day they're honoring our veterans here at Cottonmouth Customs. They have the gold star wall in the back that has the names of all the troops we've lost since 9/11. And it's a free place for our veterans to hang out. Come on down to Cottonmouth Customs in Pensacola, Florida for all your custom needs and so much more.
I'd like to introduce you to my new friends at All Octane Camping. A new way to enjoy motorcycle rallies, mudding events, Jeep events, and a whole lot more. At the camps, they have large, spacious tents, big beds, a fire pit, a huge inflatable party house with air conditioning, hot tub, a whole lot more. The information about All Octane Camping, including their upcoming events at alloctanecamping.com. Hope to see you on the road there at some of their events. Again, alloctanecamping.com.
This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Biker Justice USA and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
So the Biker Justice website, if you join NAML as a premium member, you also get to be in the directory of the Biker Justice USA, which is a website that we're still making it better every day. It's going to be a major resource for bikers where they can go and learn all about different things, shows that are going on, rallies that are going on, different laws that are changing, what to do in case of accident, charities out there that can help them if them or one of their family members have been, like Biker Down, the Road Guardians, things like that. DAML supports them in a lot of different ways. So that's more for the consumer. And so we're trying, because it's actually a little bit more sexier than just NAML, just a group of lawyers association. And so it's working hand in hand. We're helping the consumers, we're helping the lawyers create those relationships and get leads. So we wanted a place, what we had was just a directory with the DAML, and we wanted something that's just not very sexy or very appealing to the consumers, to bikers, a bunch of lawyers. It's the truth. So we wanted something that would help the lawyers, but be very informative and helpful to the riding public.
On the road in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, we're here for the fall bike rally, and it's great weather and a great time. My project bike, Fat Elvis, which you've watched us build here on the Biker Dad TV show with Cottonmouth Customs there in Pensacola. We have one final touch that I want to do on it. I got this used air ride suspension, and it happened to be Scully air ride, and I needed a part for it because I got it off my friend's newer Street Glide, and I have an 09 Electra Glide, and so I needed a small part for it. And then when I came here, I not only found that part, but I found a great story about a father and son business that is going across the country helping bikers and doing some really cool work affordably. And I sat down with him about the story behind this Biker Dad and his business.
Rodney from Scully Customs. Me and my son own the company. We've been around on the rally circuit since 2015. We've been doing air rides since 2006. We do handlebars, we do air ride systems, fast up and standard. We do audio systems and fat tire kits and center stands at the show. I've been working on bikes for probably 30 years. A friend of mine wanted to build some bikes, so we collaborated together, built some bikes. And it was when the baggers were just starting to come on and the chopper craze was going away. So we were putting the air ride on bikes, and we really didn't care how they rode, how reliable were. They just made the bikes look cool. Well, I broke my back in 09, and I had a real hard time riding for long periods of time. So we started messing with the air ride, trying to make it more reliable, more user-friendly for the customer, and something that was priced right, that could feed the masses. Having a $3,000 or $4,000 air ride, it doesn't fit everybody's pocketbook. Well, originally it started where I wanted to build a kit that it was reliable, and I could give a lifetime warranty. So I worked on the components and kept finding parts that we could buy and source. Most of our parts are locally sourced. I would buy a couple parts from Italy, a couple parts from China because of cost. But we started buying the parts, and I wanted to sell the parts on the internet. My son had the idea of, well, we should go to the show and promote the air ride, so they'll go to the website. Well, when we went to 5 shows the first year, everybody wanted us to put it on their bike. If you were to order it, buy it, have it shipped at home, if you've never done it, probably take you 2 to 3 hours to do it. And the hardest thing is getting a jack and jacking your wheel up a little bit, just take the pressure off. For the rest of it, it's just neatness and taking time to make sure you do it right. Even if it's just a stereo with 8 wires.
You and your son are doing this together. What's that like having your son by your side?
I didn't really know my dad when I grew up because he worked all the time. So, you know, he worked 60, 70 hours a week like everybody else's dad. And I didn't really get to know him until I was 18, 19, 20 years old when I moved out of the house. He was starting to get ready to retire, and I was working, so now I'm the guy working all the time. So, but it's great being able to work with him. You know, we travel together, we go out together, we get to see the country together. I see him growing up, and he's taking this over. You know, it's about 100% his.
Mike Owens from Raleigh, North Carolina. I came to get the Mac Air Ride installed on my bike. Cool factor for one, and then second thing is just comfort. For when I stop at the stoplight, I can automatically adjust the bag so the bike sort of go down and be comfortable. Hey, when you pull up on the set and you hit that button and they hear that, everybody, all eyes on you, baby.
The biggest difference is we sell it to 2 or 3 different types of people. We sell it to short people because they want to lower their bike and be able to put their feet on the ground when they're backing up and parking. Guys that are lightweight or women, they have a hard time with stock bike because it's so tall, the center of gravity. So if they can lower that bike and maneuver that bike and it feels lighter to them, it's 100% buy. The other customer we sell it to is somebody that rides with a passenger all the time. They put so much weight on the bike that you really are exceeding the stock shock. So they're getting pounded down the road. We're based out of just south of Milwaukee in Wisconsin, little small town, Mount Pleasant. We're looking at relocating to Nashville, but being there, we don't get to ride basically after October 15th. The first kit we came out of, we probably have had 8 different renditions of it. First problem we had was with valves. We couldn't find a reliable valve, so then we upgraded to a valve that's used in the food world where they use it for pneumatics. It's not just changing a switch. I had a switch, tried to have a mold made in China. The guy lost my mold, lost my money, not there. So it was a good idea, but it's money not really well spent. So now we collaborated with another air ride company and we make our switches together, and it works great for them and it works great for us. But once you get a good product and people like it, we hardly do any marketing or advertising. You know, a guy buys a bike, it has it on it, calls us, we have a lifetime warranty, so I'll help him troubleshoot it, send him out a part. Well, he tells 6 of his buddies, and now they're buying it from us.
I heard some good things about it, and I basically heard that their warranty was off the chain. Lifetime warranty, so you can't beat that.
If you want the kit, go to ScullyCustoms.com. We have all our events on the website. I'm Rodney, I'm from Scully Customs. We do air ride suspension, and we watch Biker Dad TV.
So what was it like installing the Scully Air Ride on Fat Elvis? Well, we got that coming up in a later video. You can check that out on our YouTube channel or here on a later episode of the Biker Dad TV show. Our Back on 2 stories are brought to you by Biker Justice USA and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
My name is Rick Jackson, Portland, New York. There's a lot of really good roads and there's a lot of nice country around here. There's definitely a lot of good riding around here. Stay out of the cities, stay on the country roads, and it's great. The scenery, just, you know, the curvy roads, it's beautiful around here. Just having a really good day, and a guy pulled out with his truck right in front of me. I was third from last person out of 70 some odd motorcycles, and kind of ruined my day. They thought I was done. You know, They give me a blood transfusion as soon as I got to Upstate Hospital. They helicoptered me there, basically telling them there's no way I was going to make it.
What happened there?
I hit my head on the roof of the truck.
You still got a knot 5 years later?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you say about working?
Yeah, the doctors told me I'd never work again. I told the doctors before I went back to work I was working for 7 months. I couldn't walk for 6 months. I told the doctor, I says, I want an appointment in a month. I said, what for? I says, because you're going to send me back to work. He says, all right, I guess. He thought I was a nutcase. Riding motorcycles, it's always been it's always been me. Everybody's like, you can get back on a motorcycle? I'm like, yeah, as soon as I can get my dead leg over my bike, I'll be back. There's a reason why I'm here, I don't know if I really know quite what it is, but I think I do.
Okay, one of my favorite places that I've run into in my few years on the road doing the Biker Dad TV show is Orange County Choppers in Clearwater, Florida, and coming up here very soon, they're having a huge event, St. Pete Bike Fest.
So 2023 Bike Fest is going to be the best bike fest we've had so far. Our entertainment lineup is amazing. We've definitely found our groove. We've got the best vendors, the biggest bands. We're going to have 17 bands this year over the course of 4 days. Our headliners are amazing. We've got anywhere from Beyond Frontiers, which is a nationally touring Journey tribute, but it's fronted by Joey Belladonna from Anthrax, which I can't wait for that. We've got Tommy DiCarlo, who's the lead singer of Boston. We've got Queensryche, Texas Hippie Coalition, Liliac. We've got the Iron Maidens. It's just huge and more. It's just an amazing lineup. Plus, like I said, the most vendors, the best vendors. We've got games. We've got a ride over the Skyway Bridge. It's going to be the biggest and best bike fest we've had since.
We have Bert's Bike Fest coming up, which is in November. That's like 6 days, 4 days, and we have big bands.
So besides all the cool stuff here, we also have the rides. We've got amazing bike shows. We've got Full Throttle Magazine is always here doing their bike show. We've got bikini contests. We've got biker games, all kinds of stuff.
One of the cool things I found out about St. Pete Bike Fest when I was at Orange County Choppers, you can buy the event t-shirt right now. It's tax-free because all of the money goes to help the charity that's being benefited by the whole event. And when you buy the t-shirt, you also get a raffle ticket to win this free motorcycle. You don't have to be there to win it, and you don't even have to be there to buy a ticket. Just go to stpetebikefest.com for more information on how you can help the cause or to get the event calendar for St. Pete Bike Fest.
Hey, this is Paul Sr. and you're watching Biker Dad TV.
Hey, if you see us wearing this stuff here on the Biker Dad TV show and you think, oh, that's cool, I'd kind of like some of that, well, you can get it. Just go to tvbikerdad.com and click on the shop at the top of the page. We got everything from coffee cups, t-shirts, and a whole lot more. It's tvbikerdad.com.